Hey, this is Dr. Charles Dent with our Monday morning coffee. First of all, I want to commend and celebrate all the mothers on yesterday. Hey, thank you for being such an awesome mom. And all the moms who have gone through traumatic experience, I pray to God that you have gotten the help you need to see yourself through that season. And I'm just saying, we had an awesome day yesterday with my wife. We just served her, and it was just an awesome thing. And I think that's what it's all about, is as men and as husbands, that we learn how to serve. I always tell her she can never outserve me. And that's the good thing about it. So what I want to talk about today, as we've been talking about making choices, and we believe that you have to keep in mind that choices is at the foundation of your success. Please keep that in mind. The choices that I make will determine my level of success. What kind of choices do I need to make today? Now, I want to talk about this. Great intentions. Great intentions with efforts will get you there. Because a lot of times you have a dream, and that dream becomes a vision to where you're going. But I can have good intentions and not have any actions behind it. What I'm really doing is I'm parking on my dreams. And so I got to get myself out of park, because I got to achieve this, but I got to make a choice about it today. And a lot of times in life, we just park. We have great intentions, but we park on it. It's like a parked car, beautiful car, sitting up in your garage or sitting in your driveway, and it's so pretty, but it's going nowhere. And you park on the car meant for you to drive and enjoy it. Don't get stuck in park. And that sometimes happens when we talk about moving forward. We get stuck in park. So I want to get the car out of park, and I want everybody to see with me. I got great intentions, but I got to get out of park. I got to make some efforts. I got to have some massive productive actions. I got to have some action steps. I got to have step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. I don't care what you do. You got to get out of park. And people say, well, take this step, this step. I don't care. You can figure out what's going to work for you. But you got to get the car out of park. You got to get it out of great intentions to move forward. So great intentions take doing something and being persuaded in it. If you're not persuaded about your own dreams and vision, guess what happens? You're not going to do it. You have to be persuaded that this can come to pass in your life. So you can take the steps. You can take massive, productive action. You get to take the steps to do it. Because why? You believe in it. If you don't believe in it, how can you convince other people to believe in it? I mean, really, if you don't believe in it, if you're not making any efforts, you're not making any steps toward it, how can you convince other people that this is going to come to pass in your life? So great intentions take doing something and watch this now, please hear me, and stop taking a vacation on your dreams. Stop just taking vacation. You got to do something. Don't settle for it being in park. You got to get it out of park. You got great intentions, but you got to do something. You got to have effort. You got to take massive, productive action steps to get out of park. You can't stay in park. I can have all the intentions in the world about reading, writing, exercise and stuff. Man, I'm going to work out tomorrow. Great intentions, but I'm stuck in park. All right? And so you got to do that. So great intentions also requires follow through and follow up. I got to follow through with this. If I say I'm going to do this Monday morning coffee, I got to be consistent with it. I got to follow through with it. I got to follow up on it. I got to continue to do that. I got to, because I made a choice to do this. But listen, I can have all the intentions in the world, stay in bed and be lazy and don't do anything. I'm just stuck in park. But let me tell you something. You just get up. Because some people say getting started is easy, but I think getting started sometimes is very difficult when you're used to just staying in park. So I got to have great intentions. Then here's my second thing I think I got to do. There's some things in me that I got to change. I got to change. I can't stay like this and I'm thinking I'm going to achieve what I want to achieve. There's some things I just got to change. And there's some things you got to be convinced that you need to change. I mean, I got all the intention in the world and I'm not making any efforts. Something got to change. Tell me what I got to change. So what I'm going to change is this. The more you learn, the more you earn. That's the other thing about it. So what you do, you learn to challenge your status quo every day. Start challenging yourself. Don't settle. Don't allow yourself to settle. Don't give yourself a way out. Don't give yourself an excuse. Because you're not willing to evaluate your daily process. If you're not willing to say, hey, am I making any progress? I'm evaluating, how can I move forward? So my wife and I, we were at the table one day, and I asked her this question. I said, babe, like when I was in the military, and just saying, as parents, you come home on leave, and my parents did an assessment of it. And I'm just saying, they sit down and say, Charles, how's it going? How's the military life? How's things going for you? I mean, are you achieving what you want to achieve since you have joined the military? Or what were your particular goals when you joined? And sometimes we don't sit down with our kids to evaluate them. Why? Until a teacher calls and say your child is not doing their work. Now you got to have a parent, teacher, student conference. But why not spend time having a parent, student evaluation? Why not evaluate your child yourself? And during this pandemic, doing this lockdown, doing this quarantine, I know things get ready to open up today, and I know it. But still, ask yourself the question, how did I evaluate my whole process of this while I've been in this? So got to do an evaluation. And there's nothing wrong with being evaluated. Sit down, say, hey, I'm spending too much time on TV. I am. I'm just wasting too much time watching TV. I'm spending too much time on the cell phone. I'm not doing what I said I was going to get done. I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. I'm not getting it done. So I got to get out of park. And I got to start making efforts now. So I evaluate myself on a daily basis. And there's nothing wrong with spending time evaluating yourself and say, hey, am I making progress? Okay? And then ask yourself these questions. Say, number one, what do I need to improve? Just ask yourself the question, what do I need to improve? I need to max out my time. I need to manage that better. What is it I need to improve? Number two, what challenges I need to improve in my life? What challenges I need to bring into my life at the same time so that I can achieve my goals? What challenges? What are the obstacles that I have put in my own way? My man-made obstacles I put in my way of achieving my goals. Or somebody else put those obstacles in my way. Those distractions in my way from achieving my goal. Okay, so I want you to get, I really do. So then the third thing is this: how can I increase my area of learning in a particular area? I mean, for example, if I want to deal with my habits and I look at the habits that's not serving me, if I ask myself the question, because I'm so used to having this habit and it's part of my lifestyle now, and nobody can tell me it needs to change. You can beat me side the head and I still won't be convinced I need to change until I recognize I need to change. Something has to change in me. So I got to be able to do that, and I got to see, so what is going to take for me to change in this particular area? What is going to take for me to deal with this habit? What's going to take for me to be honest with myself in this? Because I learned one thing: dishonesty is a hindrance to your growth. If I'm not honest with myself, if I'm dishonest, it's going to hinder me from getting better. All right? So I got to see this. And then my last question is, and then I'm done. What type of discipline do I need to improve my life? I mean, I'm not just talking about saying I'm going to beat myself up. That's not the discipline I'm talking about. I'm talking about what kind of discipline I need to say no to certain things and yes to my dreams, yes to what I want to do in life. Can I really say no to the TV? Can I really say no to the cell phone? Can I really say no to all these things in my life that's getting in my way? Hey, this is Dr. Charles Dent with our Monday morning coffee, and I want you to hear this last thing. Put forth an effort to do it today. Stop waiting till tomorrow. Do it today. God bless.